The canopy above was an impenetrable tapestry of leaves, sucking the last daylight into its verdant maw. Maya clutched her machete, the cool metal a flimsy shield against the primal fear coiling in her gut. Lost, alone, night descending in the Amazonian abyss. Her expedition, lured by whispers of a lost temple, had scattered under the jaguar's roar, leaving her the lone survivor. As the first stars glittered through the leaves, the symphony of the jungle changed. The usual cacophony of chirps and croaks grew sparse, replaced by an unnerving, watchful silence. Then, a whisper, like dry leaves skittering on the forest floor, just beyond the circle of her firelight. Her breath hitched, eyes straining into the darkness. The whisper came again, closer, accompanied by a guttural rasp that sent shivers down her spine. The fire, fueled by damp wood, sputtered and died, plunging her into an inky blackness. Panic clawed at her throat, but Maya forced it down. She was a seasoned explorer, raised on tales of jungle spirits and lurking predators. But this felt different. This was an ancient, oppressive evil, something older than the towering trees themselves. A low chuckle, bone-chillingly close, sent her scrambling back. In the faint moonlight filtering through the leaves, she saw it. A figure, tall and emaciated, its limbs like twisted branches, eyes glowing like embers in the dark. It moved with an impossible fluidity, gliding across the forest floor like smoke. Maya stumbled to her feet, machete held aloft, the blade glinting with a desperate prayer. The figure advanced, its chuckle morphing into a rasping growl. Its eyes, those burning coals, seemed to peer into her soul, savoring her fear. A twig snapped behind her. Maya whirled, nearly dropping the machete. Two pairs of glowing eyes watched from the depths of the jungle, predatory, hungry, trapped. She was a plaything in their macabre game, the night their hunting ground. With a guttural scream, Maya charged. The figure before her danced away, its laughter echoing through the trees. She sprinted blindly, machete slashing at unseen threats, branches whipping at her face, the sound of pursuit thundering in her ears. Exhausted, lungs burning, she tripped and fell. The figure loomed over her, its raspy breath hot on her face. Her grip on the machete slackened, her fingers numb with cold. This was it. The jungle, the darkness, would claim her, another forgotten whisper in its ancient heart. But then, a sound. A deep, primal roar that shook the very ground. The figure recoiled, fear flickering in its burning eyes. A shadow emerged from the undergrowth, immense and powerful. A jaguar, its spots like eyes watching from the dark. The jungle held its breath as the predator and the spirit faced off. In a flash of fangs and claws, the jaguar struck. The spirit shrieked, a shrill, unearthly sound that tore through the night. Then, silence. The jaguar disappeared into the darkness, leaving only the faint scent of musk and a chilling sense of victory. Panting, Maya lay huddled on the forest floor, the warmth of dawn breaking through the leaves. She was battered, bruised, but alive. The jungle had taken its toll, but it had also tested her, shown her a glimpse of its unfathomable darkness and, perhaps, offered a glimpse of grace. With trembling hands, she rose. Machete clutched tight. The path ahead was still shrouded in uncertainty, but she would walk it, forever marked by a night in the jungle, where she stared into the abyss and, somehow, crawled back out. Story 2. The humid air hung heavy as a shroud, clinging to Dr. Evelyn Thorne like a second skin. She trudged deeper into the emerald labyrinth of the Amazonian jungle, her headlamp carving a meager path through the eternal twilight. The day's expedition had gone awry, leaving her separated from her team and lost in a primordial maze where every rustle of leaves and chirp of cricket held a potential predator. Twilight deepened into an inky black, the stars refusing to pierce the dense canopy. Evelyn's heart hammered a frantic rhythm against her ribs, each beat echoing through the oppressive silence. Every rustle, every snap of a twig, sent her spinning, hand instinctively reaching for the machete strapped to her thigh. Then came the whispers. At first, mere wisps of sound carried on the damp breeze, indistinguishable from the jungle's usual cacophony. But as the night deepened, they grew into a chilling chorus, sibilant voices swirling around her like disembodied ghosts. They spoke in a language older than time, a language that slithered under her skin and clawed at the edges of her sanity. Panic clawed at her throat, urging her to run, but where? The jungle was a suffocating embrace, every path leading deeper into the abyss. She stumbled, falling against a gnarled tree trunk, the whispers intensifying until they felt like physical blows. Suddenly, a shape detached from the inky blackness, a hulking figure draped in vines and leaves. Its eyes, twin embers in the night, locked onto hers, and Evelyn felt a primal fear grip her heart. This was no man, no animal, but something ancient and malevolent, woven from the very fabric of the jungle's nightmares. It moved with an unearthly grace, impossibly silent despite its size. Each step shook the earth, the whispers morphing into guttural growls that ripped through the night. Evelyn scrambled back, her machete glinting in the moonlight. She knew it was futile, a toothpick against a hurricane, but it was all she had. The creature lunged, a blur of shadows and teeth. Evelyn raised her machete, but the blow landed with a sickening thud on empty air. The creature danced around her, its whispers now screams that drilled into her skull. Just as she felt the cold tendrils of despair close in, a deafening roar echoed through the jungle. Vines ripped and tore as a colossal jaguar, its fur spotted like the night sky, burst from the undergrowth. It locked eyes with the creature, a primal battle igniting in the heart of the darkness. Evelyn watched, her fear momentarily eclipsed by the savage ballet before her. The jaguar, a warrior king in its domain, fought with the ferocity of 1,000 storms. But the creature, born of the jungle's darkness, was as resilient as the ancient trees themselves. The fight raged, a whirlwind of claws and teeth that shook the very ground. Then, with a final, earth-shattering roar, the jaguar delivered a killing blow. The creature, its whispers choked into a death rattle, dissolved into the shadows, leaving behind only a faint echo of its terror. The jaguar turned to Evelyn, its emerald eyes blazing in the moonlight. Then, with a flick of its tail, it vanished back into the jungle, leaving her alone in the stunned silence. Evelyn stood there, trembling, the world a kaleidoscope of shock and relief. The whispers were gone, replaced by the rhythmic hum of returning insects. As dawn painted the sky with streaks of rose and gold, she found her way back to the river, her machete clutched in a white-knuckled grip. She never spoke of what she saw in the heart of the jungle, the secrets whispered by the darkness. But the memory of that night, of the battle between light and shadow, forever stained her soul, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurked beneath the emerald canopy.